Talking about Arsenal,
The Arsenal,
who, you know, they've dropped points the last couple of games, but still have stretched their lead to 7 points. So do you see it as opportunities missed or a positive that they are stretching their advantage?
I think it is a positive. No, it is. Not that I think about it. It is a positive. Sorry. I thought at the time, yes, we dropped some points when it did happen, but then you see that obviously Villa is not winning against Everton, so you find yourself in a situation where if nobody wants to run with us, you have to take what you have to take. 7 points ahead, it's a massive advantage. And I know it could have been 9 and it could have been more, but you know, whenever I speak to some friends, when I speak to people, because you didn't see Arsenal cross the line for a very long time in the league, it's almost like, what do you mean you're 7 points ahead? You have two teams that can be in the top 4. You put money on the table. We kept our coach. We're going to talk, and we see obviously a lot of coaches that are getting the sack or the people don't trust. It looked like that we were right to keep that manager. Is doing extremely well. Obviously, I'm going to repeat myself. You put money on the table. You're 7 points ahead. What do you want to be? 30 points ahead, and then you want the league. You want to win the league already now. We are doing extremely well. We asked Mikel Arteta to find a way to be above Liverpool and Man City. If they're not following with Villa, that's on them. Look at what you're doing and what you can do, however you want to do it. I know a lot of people are talking about set pieces and, you know, not a lot of chances created and whatnot. We asked him to find a way to win. We still didn't. But that's what he's doing.
They're getting closer to it, that is for sure. They asked him to find a way, and as Thierry says, they have done just that, because it wasn't so long ago. You don't have to go back too far. Across North London, Spurs were finishing seasons above them for 6 successive years.
I didn't know that was an achievement.
Well, it's not a trophy, but...
Draws for Arsenal now. First time in 14 years that they have produced nil-nils in consecutive games. Did it feel like a missed opportunity at the weekend? 7 points clear now, but it could have been 9, couldn't it?
Yeah, but I think when you're going for the title, if you gain an advantage over any weekend, it's a good weekend. You know, Manchester City lost, so they've gained a point.
And Villa,
really.
I guess, yeah.
And from Aston Villa as well. But Nottingham Forest is one of those games when you look at the league table that you go, you know, the team at the top should go there and win. It's a tough place to go. Sean Dyche knows his way around the Premier League. He knows how to make it really difficult for teams. I actually think his first game for Everton was against Arsenal. They won 1-0 at Goodison. So, against Mikel Arteta. So, when you go away to his teams, it's a tough place to go. I think Man City won there very late as well with the goal from Shirky. So, I wouldn't be getting too despondent as an Arsenal supporter on the back of not going to Nottingham Forest and win. They had enough chances. They dominated the game. They just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. And if they are to lose out on the league, Arsenal, which I don't think they will, that is where they will lose it in terms of, you know, not scoring enough goals. It won't be certainly be to their end.
Well, that is the Inter side of stuff. We are going to hear from Mikel Arteta a little bit later on this evening. But let's discuss their performance over the weekend then. Back-to-back goalless draws now for Arsenal in the Premier League. Did it feel like it was a missed opportunity for them against Nottingham Forest on the weekend? And I say that because now, especially with City losing, with Villa losing as well, 7 points clear, but it would sound better if it was a 9-point gap, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you were spot on when you asked Jamie that, and obviously Jamie's answer was not, because at the end of the day, Villa lost and Man City lost, but I knew exactly what you're saying. It could have been, it's 7 points, it could have been 9. I think if it's 9, it's title over in my eyes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's 9 points, I think it's title over. I don't think Arsenal dropped that much points, and Man City would have to win literally near enough every game from now, and Aston Villa now to the end of the season, and Arsenal dropped 3 games, so now I can't really see it. 7 points, they've still got to play each other. It's still in Arsenal's hands, and it's still a good point. It's a hard place to go to Nottingham Forest, especially when Sean Dyche sets his team up like that, to be hard to beat.
They were dogged, weren't they?
They were dogged, but that's what Sean Dyche wanted, because Forest haven't been like that. It's been a struggle for them, and yeah, there'll be question marks of Arsenal. They brought in all Gyökeres and all these other players, and they're still not scoring enough goals and not creating enough chances. But you can have games like that where the team frustrate you. You've seen it before with Nottingham Forest. It's not a worry about them not scoring goals and 2 goalless draws, because they're still 7 points clear. I think if the gap was closing, then I'd start worrying a bit more. But now, I still think Arsenal are favourites to win the Premier League.
What do Arsenal need to do then? And more importantly, what does Mikel Arteta need to do with his side? Do they need to take more risks in games like that?
Yeah, I think they are taking risks. The side they picked, they changed the wingers around. They didn't play Trossard or Saka. It was Martinelli and Madueke, but they got competition for places, and he's going to have to rotate. He's brought in a lot of players. He brought Eze on. I think Eze's come on only in the last couple of games. He come on for 12 minutes, and then previously only 11 minutes. And that is maybe you brought in a player like that to win your football matches, like on the weekend, and you're probably only getting 12 minutes. Odegaard's the man in possession of the shirt at the moment and probably deserves it because he's been in good form. But then you're looking at the goal scoring. You brought in Viktor Gyökeres to score goals, and at the moment he's not scoring the goals. And now you're going to have Kai Havertz fit, Gabriel Jesus. I like them two players, but it just looks like they don't have that natural number 9 who could score goals, and they thought Viktor Gyökeres was the one, and at the moment he's not doing it.
And I think people recognise in football that Brighton are one of the smartest football clubs in the way that they do things. They're often ahead of the curve. Do you think other clubs might learn from that approach? And I'm obviously talking about Chelsea, who continue to sign just young players, but might they actually benefit from some 34-year-olds, some 35-year-olds, some grey hair in the dressing room?
Yeah, of course. And for me, it's so obvious. And you just mentioned, the famous line, you don't want anything with kids. People forget Man United didn't win with kids. They didn't. The reason that team won, and listen, the class of 92, what they went on to achieve, legends, all of them, some of them decent lads as well. But they had Cantona, they had Schmeichel, they had Steve Bruce, they had Roy Keane. These people got them through those, first couple of years. And then they become the leaders. And then there's people underneath them, younger players, Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney. And that's what you do need. Because when you're actually, I know we're getting to sort of Chelsea, but you do need those older, experienced players. You do, because not every player you bring in is going to work. Not every transfer is going to work. So the idea that you think you're going to buy a team of all young players and they're going to grow, the idea will be we'll grow over the next 3 or 4 years, and then what a great team we have. I don't think football's like.
Thierry Henry believes Arsenal are firmly in control to end their 22-year wait for a Premier League title this season. Speaking on CBS Sports, the Arsenal legend praised Mikel Arteta's side after their dominant run, sitting 7 points clear at the top with a game in hand. This team has everything: belief, quality, depth, and that winning mentality we had back in the day, Henry said. They're not just leading, they're controlling games, controlling the narrative. The hunger is there. Henry highlighted the upcoming showdown against Manchester United at the Emirates as the defining moment. United are coming to test them, but Arsenal are playing like champions right now. If they win that one, it sends a message to everyone: this title is theirs to lose. The gap is big, the form is incredible, and the squad is ready for every challenge. With Viktor Gyökeres firing, Bukayo Saka terrorising defences, and a rock-solid backline led by Saliba and Gabriel, Henry sees no weaknesses. This is the year. 22 years is too long. Arsenal are back where they belong. The Emirates faithful are dreaming big. The title race feels like destiny. Please like and subscribe.